Water. We all love it. We can't live without it. It's the source of all life and arguably the best beverage to ever exist. All you Baja Blast Mountain Dew lovers, you can argue with me in the comments after the video. But for real, there's no question that we all at some point need to drink water, whether you want to or not. And just to get ahead of myself, this video is not about, a shortage of water resources in some areas or anything like that. It's just pointing out an interesting thing I wanted to talk about in the, water industry. There's plenty of ways to access water in North America, whether you have quality tap water, like in New York City, or one of those spout things in your fridge, or an under sink filtration system, even a Brita filter. Seems like the most common way people get their water is from a company that packaged it neatly in a plastic, glass, or aluminum bottle, specifically for our consumption. There's tons of bottled water companies everywhere, some with like high pH, or electrolytes, or just standard spring water. Here in the Northeast, one of the most popular brands is Poland Spring. Poland Spring actually has variations of its own water across the entire US. They rename it based on the region. You might see Poland Spring here in the Northeast, but in California, it'll be labeled as Arrowhead. But in this video, we're going to be specifically talking about the Mountain Valley Spring Water. You might have seen it while you're grocery shopping in like your local health food store or like a Whole Foods type of place. It's got that iconic green glass bottle that makes you think, now I know which water to buy when I want to stay hydrated and look like an alcoholic. A lot of celebrities and like social elites drank Mountain Valley. This includes the likes of Elvis Presley, so the entire US Senate, and even Secretariat. Yes, the racehorse. It originates from the Ouachita Mountains of Hot Springs, Arkansas, and it's not just a gimmicky name for the town. Like, I believe the water actually comes out hot, which is pretty cool. And the area was originally inhabited by Native Americans, and these two white guys, Peter and John Green, in classic American fashion said, "Give me that." Eventually began selling their water nationally. Okay, side note, I'm actually paraphrasing a lot. Peter and John Green didn't actually displace anyone. Some other people did, but just to clarify. What Mountain Valley claims to make their water different, water collects a bunch of minerals as it rises up to the spring, which gives its water its signature taste. They also say that, relatively speaking, it has some health properties too. So remember when I said they gave it to Secretariat? Yeah, they started doing that because he got sick. His owners saw how much it actually made him feel better, and actually how much he enjoyed it, even when he was already better. They just kept giving it to him. I've had the water before, but sort of infrequently. But after hearing the Secretariat story, I immediately knew I had to make this video. So I'm going to be trying to drink Mountain Valley for 1 week straight and see where that takes me. And I've established some criteria to help me along the way. Number one, are there any actual benefits to this water? Like the claims that they seem to make about the medicinal properties or feeling more hydrated. Does it actually taste better than other waters? And as someone who's a frequent water consumer, I feel like I'm a good judge about what water is good and what's not. Even though sometimes I don't even spoil myself, I'll get the cheapest water if it's available. Number two, if there are actually any benefits, what is the sort of cost to benefit ratio on this? Is it worth the extra cost? Which is significant. Are the benefits worth the extra cost as compared to something like a Poland Spring that I drink on an almost daily basis? And number three, it's more of a hypothetical. If money wasn't a factor for me, would I still consider the cost to benefit? Like, would it still, does that stuff even matter? Well, just because I have the money to buy better water, even if it's not any better. I hope that makes sense. With that kind of money, it's not like you do your own groceries anyway, but you get it. And just to clarify, I will only be replacing my water intake with Mountain Valley. If I want to have some juice or coffee occasionally, that's okay. The only water I will be drinking is Mountain Valley. So with that, let's begin. So I purchased some Mountain Valley at my local artisanal store. Just kidding, it was just a Whole Foods. I paid $31.99 for a 12 pack of water. The next morning, I needed to solve a problem that I knew would soon arrive, and that's ice. Not those degenerate, low-life, good-for-nothings that are terrorizing innocent people. I mean the frozen water kind. And I put this in the criteria earlier, but kind of only did this once. When possible, all water products should come from Mountain Valley. Then I realized how unrealistic it would be to if I want to go to a coffee shop. And I know it's maybe a lack of dedication to the challenge, but I just thought this was really interesting. And I hope you find it interesting too. We can have some fun together. I poured the water into some trays, being incredibly careful not to spill anything. I put them in the freezer and continued to get some work done while they sat. The next morning, the ice was ready, and it actually turned out pretty solid. And The rest of the week went pretty much the same. I drank it at work, at home, and on the go. My girlfriend and I drove out to Montauk, and I brought it with me there too. Just a bit of transparency, I did have one beer. We're gonna let that one slide because I was looking forward to that all week. And then we drove back and it was back to the routine. After about 3 days is when I needed my re-up. My sister kindly agreed to grab another box for me, as long as I sent her the money, of course. So I paid another $31.99 for another pack of 12. Now jumping ahead, for the sake of time, but also for the sake of I didn't record that much after, let's go over the results of my little challenge / experiment. For the physical effects, for the supposed benefits, I can't say that it was placebo because I actually did feel like I felt more hydrated. Found myself desiring water less than I normally do, especially at work. An interesting thing I found on Reddit is people claiming they felt sick after drinking it. They speculated it was due to some improperly sealed bottles, but mine were all perfectly fine. Okay, so it's been like a few months after I recorded a lot of these clips, and just a few weeks ago I got a Google alert. There is a class action lawsuit against Primo Waters, the parent company that owns Mountain Valley Spring Water. They're being sued for possibly containing carcinogens in the water. I'll put a link in the description. I guess moving forward, proceed at your own risk, do your own research, and stay safe. Now considering criteria number 2, the cost to benefit ratio, are these benefits actually worth it? This one was sort of a mixed bag for me. I want to say yes, but since doing this challenge, I haven't really bought Mountain Valley water. I've just been sticking to my usual Poland Spring. I usually look for what's on sale. However, I do think, considering the hypothetical, if money wasn't really a factor, I think I would lean toward Mountain Valley water. This feels like a Mountain Valley psyop or something. I swear it's not. I just found this all really interesting. So yeah, overall, I'd say it's okay. I think it's pretty good water. If you have your preferences, just drink what you like. If you perhaps some preferred water brands, please let me know in the comments. I'm willing to try some new stuff. I tried Liquid Death the other day. That's really good. I like it. I also wanted to go into this little tangent really quick, if you'll spare me some time. So we all know like water is a natural resource, and like companies will bottle it up, sell it to us, again in glass, plastic, aluminum bottles. So I wanted a deep dive to see like how certain companies do this, what's their process like. And it started with Mountain Valley. The further I went into it, the more it revealed that all major bottled water is essentially owned by like one company, with the exception of Coca-Cola and Pepsi owning like Aquafina and Smart Water with Coca-Cola too. But there's this one company called Primo Brands. It was a merger between Primo Waters and Blue Triton, and Blue Triton used to be a Nestle Waters subsidiary. Everything goes back to Nestle, doesn't it? They don't really own water anymore. If they do, it's like a minuscule amount, but they really don't, or maybe they do. Primo Brands owns a lot of companies, including Mountain Valley, including Saratoga, Poland Spring, Pure Life, Zephyr Hills, and they own Arrowhead too, which is in California. Again, like I said, the whole like tree of Blue Triton water brands. You'll notice it because they use the same bottle. I found it interesting and maybe a little concerning that one company owns so much water. Anyway, that's sort of it. Thanks for letting me go on this tangent. If you enjoyed, let me know. If you didn't, let me know what I can do better. Yeah, and I hope you make some sort of informed decisions on your water purchases moving forward. Or if you just use your tap, that's totally fine. I would do the same. Leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe, please. See you soon.